So it's the statements are C and I. This is not a good one. C and I. And I, if only if C, not I and C. And the conclusion is I or C. And we need 4. 4. Fill these in. True, false, true, false, true, true, false, false. Okay. So let's back up a little bit and think about what we're doing. We're trying to prove validity or invalidity by truth table, okay? And so what you should think is this. Look for a case of invalidity. And what is that? A case in which all of the premises are true, but the conclusion is false. Okay? That's a case of invalidity. And if you don't find that, then it's valid. Okay? So this is a conclusion. So that's the first thing we should calculate, because we're only concerned with lines, interpretations, in which the conclusion turns out to be false, because that's the only possible line that could indicate that it's invalid, okay? So let's calculate this first, I or C. True or true is true. True or false is true. And false or true is true. False or false is false. Okay, now, we're looking for invalidity, so we need the conclusion to be what? False. That means everywhere where the conclusion turned out to be true is irrelevant to our search. So we're going to eliminate line 1 and line 2 and line 3. We don't need to consider those. So look how much work we've eliminated already, okay? So let's do this. I is false, C is false. So false, if and only if false, is true. So that's true. So now let's go in here. False and false is false, but not makes it true. So what did we just discover? Is the argument valid or invalid? What? Invalid, right. We found a case where the premises are true, this is true and this is true, and the conclusion is false. And when I say we found a case, that means there is an interpretation for which the premises are true and the conclusion is false. Does everybody understand that? So if you'll notice, you're reading along in the chapter, it's much more technical than the way I present it here. Does everybody understand that? Some people want to read the technical stuff, some people that gobble gooks them up, and so that's why I present it in less formal way in here, because I think it's more comprehensible. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So, everybody understand that? I think we should do one more of these. Any that you would like to see. Please don't pick one with 16 things. We did number 1, didn't we? How about number 8? Let's do number 8. That's not too big. And by the way, I'm not going to give you these truth tables or anything with 16 lines or something like that. The most will be 8. Does everybody understand that? 4 or 8. Okay. And I've already talked to you about partial credit, right? Okay. Okay, I said 8, did I not? So it's P's and FPQ. FPQ. And we have not P and Q, not P and Q. And we have P. And we have F then not Q, F then not Q, and then our conclusion is F. Okay. All right, so remember, the way you should think about these problems is you're looking for invalidity, so you should calculate the conclusion first so you can eliminate some possible work. Now, calculating the conclusion on this one is very simple. All it is to rewrite the line F over here, the column, and it goes true, 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 false, 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 false. Okay. So we can eliminate certain lines from further consideration. Those are the lines where the conclusion is true. So we're going to eliminate line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4, okay? So we've eliminated half our work. Now, if we're really lazy and smart about our laziness, the next thing we're going to calculate is this one, because all you have to do is rewrite the P column, okay? So P right here on line 5 is true, true, false, false, okay? We can eliminate some more lines. Which lines are we going to eliminate? 7 and 8, because the premises are not true there, okay? So we only have 2 left for consideration, okay? So let's calculate line 5. P is true and Q is true. So true and true is true, but not makes it false. What did we just discover about line 5? We can eliminate it, okay? All right, so let's do this now. P and Q, true and false is false and not makes it true, okay? So far, all the premises are true. Let's calculate and see if the last premise is true. Okay, F is false and Q is false, but we have not Q, so we'll put true down here. So what we have is false, then true, which is true. Okay, so what does line 6 tell us about this argument? It is what? Valid or invalid? Invalid, right? We were looking for a case where the premises are true, the conclusion is false. That's invalid. Look, on line 6, premise 1 is true, premise 2 is true, premise 3 is true, all the premises are true, but the conclusion is false. So what we would say is this argument is invalid on line 6. Everybody got that? Okay. Now, on the test, if you're trying to prove validity or invalidity, if you discover that it's invalid, say on line 3, you're done. You can just stop. Does everybody understand that? You don't need to, all you need to do is give me one case that shows that it's invalid if it's invalid. And then you can stop because the answer is not going to change anymore. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Okay, so the way it goes is the quiz is posted, and I posted it as a Word document or a PDF, whichever works better for you. You can download it starting this morning, and it's due by Sunday night. I'll grade them over the weekend. We come back on Tuesday, we go over it, and if you've had any problems with it, well, then you know we're gonna find time to meet, or we're gonna sort it out in class, right? This chapter is so mechanical that really everybody should get an A on this test, right? That's our goal. Everybody gets an A on chapter 3, damn it, okay? So we'll go over the quiz on Tuesday. We'll clarify any misunderstandings, and that gives us Thursday to review still. And you know, Tuesday I will post the test, which will be due Sunday night. Does everybody understand that? So that's where we are. So, did I pass out the roll sheet?
Yes.
There it is. Okay. If you haven't signed it, sign it. And otherwise, good luck on that quiz. I think you should be, you should nail it. Okay.